Welcome to BlindOwl Outdoors. Today my project is, I'm going to try to work on this knife here. It's a nice hunting knife, beautiful sheath, hand stitching. It's an old hunting knife, very rusty, all scratched up. The front's a little scratched on it. Has an antler handle on it. A deer on the end of it. Very, very nice. Handmade in Montana. The knife is a friend of mine's named Philip. He's a retired guy. He lived in Montana for 25 or 30 years. A truck driver. Lived in the mountains. And he said he bought this at a gun show from a custom knife maker. So I thought I'd try to fix it up for him a little bit. Basically all I have to work with is I have a right angle grinder with an old worn out sanding disc on it. It used to be an 80 grit disc at one time, but now it's pretty smooth around the edges, so it does a pretty nice job of sanding down steel. And then my goal is to get it polished up and fixed up and then put a coat of blue on it for him. And because we have you can see it's all rusty. We have a big problem here in the Philippines. I'm here in the Island of Bohol, and just everything rusts here so bad. But I just thought I'd work on it. This is going to be my project this week. I'll get back to you when I get a little more done. Alright, I'm back. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to work on the blade just a little bit with the grinder and see if I can get rid of some of this rust. You can see it's very pitted and a lot of scratches from the other guy doing his grinding job on it. It's going to take a lot of work. Has a funny grind up here in the top that goes back to the spine. I don't understand that, but I'm sure that's pretty boring to watch. Well, you can see it's pretty scratched up. Don't want to get it too hot here. Looks like a nice blade though. I think I can maybe recover it. I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, well I've gone about as far as I can with this knife with the equipment I have. I've got it down pretty shiny. I got rid of all the scratches on the, what's that, the bolster or something. Shined it up a little bit. I polished up the deer head a little bit and worked the blade with the angle grinder and then went over it hard with 1200 wet dry sandpaper, and it doesn't look too bad, but it's not, by far not perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this Birchwood Casey Super Blue on it and see how that works out. I've also got another knife I'm working on, an old Philippine knife. This is has a special handle on it. It's called a Talaboon knife, and this was given to me by an old medicine man back in 1992. You can see it has a crack in the blade, but that's from an old truck spring is what it's actually from. But I'm going to throw a coat of blue on that too, just to protect that while we're doing this. So for the blue, I just shake it up and take a little wad of cotton, and I'm just going to put some of the blue on there and just rub her on. That's about all there is to it right there. Try to get every surface you can. And a little more for the other side. And then what I usually do is I let it sit for about, I don't know, 2 minutes or so. It says 30 seconds, and then rinse it off with water. It's supposed to be cold water, but all I have is water in a barrel, so it's pretty cool. Throw some on here too real quick. Probably supposed to be wearing gloves when you do this kind of stuff. Pretty caustic chemicals. I don't usually wear gloves or wear glasses. I probably should more often, but I don't. And you look at my hands and stuff, they're just covered with scars. But I don't have any work gloves here. I can't find a pair of gloves in the Philippines that'll fit my hands. Put the lid back on here so I don't tip it over. And spend about 30 seconds to a minute, I guess. And what I'll do is I'll run up to the barrel and wash it off and be right back. Okay, first coat went on pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is I'll take a little steel wool and lightly go over it, kind of even it out a little bit. You do this in between each coat, and I think I'll put probably 5 coats on this knife here to make it look real nice and deep blue. Turned out pretty nice. This one's kind of spottier, a little spottier, but I think once you run the steel wool over it, it should even out a little bit. Alright, let's go for coat number 2. Now you're just looking to make sure it looks wet everywhere. Any dry spots means you missed a spot, obviously. That's all there is to it right there. It goes on quick. While it's drying, I'll give the other one a quick coat. Alright, I'll just wait maybe a minute and wash it off. I'm just using regular water to wash it off. And then when I get done, after I get my 5 coats on, I'm just going to put on maybe 1 or 2 coats of turtle wax to kind of protect it. Be back in a second. Okay, the blades are looking pretty good. This is coat 3. Might notice that the bigger knife has a shiny edge on it. I touched up the edge while I was up there washing off the blue. Figure might as well have a nice edge on it. Starting to get a nice dark finish on it. Just what we're looking for. And you can see a swab of blue goes a long way. Probably do a couple knives, 3-4 knives easy with it. Alright. I'll be back in a little while. Oh, I forgot to steel wool at that time. But I'll just get it next time. I don't think it'll make any difference. Okay, 3 coats so far. Give it a good going over with the steel wool. Pretty even. The only problem I see so far is a little bit of the blue got on the copper. I'm not sure how I'm going to get that off, but I'll have to sand that down again. Looking pretty nice if you ask me. Give him another coat. Pretty simple. Alright, this is coat number 4. Then I'm going to go for 2 more coats and I'll be back with you. Alright, we're back. This is what I wound up with. I decided on 10 coats of blue and 2 coats of turtle wax, and it turned out pretty nice. I also put a coat of turtle wax on the copper, and that way the copper won't oxidize either, which will make it stay nice and shiny for a long time. So it turned out pretty good. I'm fairly satisfied with it. Probably it'd be much better if I had a buffing wheel or something like that, but this is, again, I'm in the middle of the Philippines and I don't have a workshop at all here, so this is all I have. The Philippine knife also turned out real nice. Nice and shiny. And it was pretty rusty when I started. So, you can't beat that. Well, I just want to thank everybody for taking their time to watch my videos, and please subscribe, click like, and share our videos if at all possible. And if you'd like to get a hold of me, send me an email anytime at BlindOwl@gmail.com. I can answer any of your comments anytime. Well, thank you very much and have a nice day.